Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's webcast. I'm Despina from the Fieldcode marketing team, and I'm joined by Michael Hodder, our content manager, and Sofia Meze, product and UX team leader. I will be moderating this webcast today for you. Michael will be taking us through our latest updates and enhancements, and Sofia will join us on the stage for the Q&A part at the end of the presentation. So please feel free to post your questions in the chat at any point. Okay. Thank you once again for joining us today. Michael, I will hand over the stage over to you now.
Thank you, Des. Hi, everybody. We're going to go over the release from last Thursday, 14 December. Let's start with the first one, assigning skills to partners. Before, we could assign skills to cooperation partners, but adding skills to account partners was not possible through the account partner creation page. We have now partner configuration page here. You can go here, click on your account partner, and we have a new tab for skills. Simply enable them and add the skills you need to your partner. What does that affect? Let me first show you what happens in the workplace without adding skills. So you have tickets here and we have skills, laptop iOS, laptops Windows, laptops Linux, and we go to assign a partner and we list all the partners available. Um, Obviously, I only have two, so it's not that annoying, but if you have 50 partners, you have to dig through 50 partners, it gets a little annoying. So we'll fix that here by assigning skills. So for my laptop partner here, I'm going to assign the laptop skills. Don't forget to enable it and pick your skills and then save it. And for my printer partner, I'm going to enable the printer skills here. Now, when I go here, let's look at this ticket. This is a printer, large printer, medium printer, small printer. I go to pick my partner. Boom. I only see my one printer partner that matched the skills exactly. And same with the laptop partner. I see only my laptop partner. And just for reference, this other ticket doesn't have any skills on it. And again, I see all my partners because there's no restrictions whatsoever. So that is assigning skills to partners. Next one, we're going to move to the customer portal settings. We have a new section here in the booking preferences where you can customize a list of statuses for appointment booking. What does that mean? That means before we have default statuses of new appointment and pending wait on site, which allows the end user when they're using the customer portal to book appointments, and it's only possible right now, or it was possible, on new appointment and pending wait on site. There's other accounts that have, maybe your account have much more statuses where you need the customer portal, you need the customer to be able to book appointments through the customer portal on different statuses, pending customer, pending end user, pending parts, whatever you have. You simply go here and you select the statuses that you want allowed to have appointments booked on them. I can show you an example here. So here I can book appointment because I'm in the right status. If I go in here and I just select appointment only and then save it, it's still there. But if I then go to only new, and this ticket is in appointment status, and I save it, you now see that I cannot book it because it's not in the right status. And this overwrites any of the defaults. So if I pick only new, it's only going to work on new. And this only works for non-published tickets. So if it is in pending wait on site, for example, and you have a customer portal open, but it's published to the engineer already, that's not going to work. So it needs to be non-published tickets, and whatever statuses you have here, it'll work for. So if I uncheck this, it's just going to use the defaults. If I go here and just choose appointment, it's only going to be appointment. New and pending wait on site defaults don't apply no more. Cool, but we want those available here. Oh, I didn't save it. On to the next one here, we have now a new section here, driving preferences. Driving before working hours and driving after working hours. Let me show you what happens first when we do it regularly. So now I'm the end user. I'm going to book an appointment for tomorrow. So I'm going to book it for the 19th, and without any drive preferences, without any drive preferences, it's going to place a ticket on the timeline within the working hours, including the drive time and working hours. Now, if I then adjust this here, I want to allow the placement of the ticket on the timeline with 30 minutes allotment before working hours. So now when I do this, I go and change the appointment here again, you'll see the ticket will reshift itself. So the ticket itself is within the working hours, but the driving time is before, outside of the working hours. So now you can plan much better if your engineer's driving to the tickets. Um, this now allows driving time outside of working hours, and the same applies for after working hours. If I have tickets butted up all the way against the working hours, you can turn that on and have the drive time after working hours. So you can fit more tickets in there depending on your situation. Moving on to SMS. I need to go to my other account here. We have a new option to send SMS with a link to the customer portal to track the ticket and with bookable options and tracking the ticket as well with SMS. And you may notice as well, we have renamed these. So these first four are without a link, emails and SMSs, and these ones are with a link, emails and SMSs. So it's much clearer to see at a glance which one to take. All right, now we're going to get some Android FMA app got some love this release here. So let's go over the Android app here real quick. So first thing you'll notice, I'm in dark mode. We have improvements to dark mode here. You can see that here now when we scroll over, it was a lighter green. It was hard to see this. It's now much clearer to see, as well as the histories. It used to be black on black. Now it's white on black. It looks much nicer. You can see it all. So that's been improved. The device information button's been improved. The last release we had, you could only click on the chevron to open up the device information tab. You can now click anywhere in the button. It'll open it up. And there's been some various report forms corrections. Some screens were a little jumpy. Some selections were not selected as needed. Ticket infos created in the app are now saved correctly. But the big feature we have for this is long lists. So as you know, there's sometimes the case where you're going to have a long list of choices to choose from, and it's not very convenient when you're in this page and you have a list of 50, 100 choices, and you have to scroll through the whole app just to pick your choice. This one is a short one. If it's more than 5, it's going to create a separate page. So when I go here, you're going to go select your answer, click the whatever. Indeed, this is seven choices to pick from, and it selects your choice for you, and then you're done. Making it much more quicker and easier, and not having to scroll through 100 different choices on the same page as your reporting page. Another thing you'll notice here, we have mandatory fields missing here. Always going to be showing to make sure that the engineer knows they need to fill this field out. If they try to save it, it'll turn red. So no more missing any mandatory fields. All right, moving on back to the application itself. Some improvements here. We have improved, in the last release, we introduced validations for fields. We have enhanced that even more to include fields for cross-validation against other fields. So I'll use the primary phone number as an example. So here, you see now we have create validations using regular expressions and fields. If you type in the @ symbol, you'll display all the available fields for your account, including custom fields. So you see all custom fields, all standard fields to be able to use to create any kind of cross validations. So one example I'll show you here. I don't want my primary phone number to be the same as my mobile number. So how do I set that up? You click the field you need, primary phone number. Always have a space before and after each chip for it to work correctly. So not equal is that. And I'm going to choose mobile number. So I don't want my primary phone number to equal my mobile number. All right, so simply name it, create your little error message here, and then save it. And don't forget to save your form as well. All right, so now I have validation there. So let me show you in action. So here's where I have the validation. My primary number cannot equal my mobile number. So I'm going to put my mobile number in there, and I'm going to try to put in the same number here. I can't because it equals the mobile number. If I change it, click out, everything's fine. So this is cross-validated with this field below, and you can do that with all the fields you have throughout your application. All right, let's go to the next one. Here, parts. So now we have return parts before. The engineer can return parts to the FMA app, and without, you used to be able to have to go through all the different shipping information to see if it was returned. We now include here in the parts header uh, a returned number. So as soon as this app is returned, you'll see here, I will just return it real quick in the other ticket, and then it will update it accordingly. So we have the return there. It's another one for you guys. Checklist, custom field checklists now work in the edit form and in the child report forms. This was something that was missing before. You can now use the custom checklist in the edit form and the child report form. And another fix we had was the query copy. So if you had tried to copy a query, it wasn't working correctly, you now see it is copied correctly. And if you paste it in a new field, you'll see the query is shared here and it queries correctly. So that is it for the features and improvements. So now we'll move on to any questions we may have.
I'm going also to invite Sophia for the Q&A part. So let me welcome Sophia.
Welcome, everyone.
So let's start with the first one. Is that FMA2 shown here?
Yes, that was FMA2,
Yep, that's correct.
just in dark mode
And
on
then we
Android.
have an Android, okay. Then we have a second one from Stefan. Is that a form-specific feature?
If we got the question right, it is actually available for all kind of forms. So in the form editor in admin panel, this cross-validation feature is available for any, not just a specific form.
Thank you, Sophia. I don't see further questions from in the chat. So at this point, I would like to thank you both guys for the presentation. Oh, well, there's just one coming in. So maybe let me quickly.
And so again, we have a counter question for the cross-validations. If it's a form-specific feature, yes, it is available for the form creator. In case there are ideas of application in other places, we welcome the ideas on our channels.
Okay, great. I don't see any further questions, just giving a couple of more minutes. As always, we have the Fieldcode manual available here at the bottom of the screen where you can click and be directed there directly for all the release notes that Michael went through today. We would like to thank you for being with us today, and as always, we will send out an invitation for the next one, which is going to be in the new year. So, thank you everyone, and we wish you a nice day.